What is going on, guys? DBG here. In this video we have got another squad builder. This is going to be a 15k extreme budget squad builder. As always, if this video does hit 300 likes, I will do another squad builder next week. And I know a lot of people are suggesting things like 100k squad builders. The reason I'm not doing that is because right now, I genuinely think that the difference between 15k and 100k is very minimal. For 100k, you're basically getting an all emerald team, but for 15k, you're getting an all gold with a couple of good emerald teams. And I genuinely think that there's not that much of a difference between gold and emerald. If you're only jumping up one tier for a 90k difference, I don't think it's worth anywhere near that much. So anyway, now let's get on to the team. Now at the point guard position, we have got one of my favorite gold point guards in the game, and it's Larry Siegfried, who's less than 1,000 MT and is only 50 in salary. Like, if you just look at his card stats, they're unbelievable. He's 6'3", so he's not small. He can actually dunk, surprisingly enough, even though he's only got a 50 tendency. 80 defensive overall, 79 offensive overall, 85 open shot mid, 81 up shot 3 with a nice release. Okay ball control, good free throw. He's got a lateral quickness of 80 on ball defense, like you have 80, which is good. Driving of 40, not great, but he does dunk it when he's wide open. Speed of 85, speed with ball 88, acceleration 84. For like less than 1,000 MT and 50 salary, you can't get any better than Larry Siegfried at the point guard position. At the 2, we've got the main man in the squad, and it's Gerald Henderson. I have made an entire video on Gerald Henderson yesterday, the cheap alternative for T-Mac, and he was also mentioned in my best value players for under 5k MT, so I think I've mentioned this guy enough. But like, averaging 19.3 points per game for me in 6 games, I think that's pretty much sums it up. And he's also got 95 driving dunk with 100 driving and flashy dunk tendencies and can shoot. At the 3, we have got the best goal small forward in the game in my opinion, that's Michael Finley. Michael Finley's salary went from like 80 to 156, so he actually went from like 5 or 6k MT down to like 1500 MT. Now, as I always say, if you're on a budget, you don't need to even look at the salary cap. But 1500 MT for this card is unbelievable. Again, 100 driving and flashy dunk tendencies. He's got an open shot mid of 78, which is good. Open shot 3 of 76, which is good with a nice release. 83 free throw, 80 ball control. He's got not good lateral quickness or on ball defense, even though for some reason it says he's an 80 defensive overall. I don't know where they come up with 80 offensive and defensive overalls, because he's got one defensive stat over 70, which is shot contest, and that's it. Driving look is 90, which is really good. Speed 86, speed with ball 81, acceleration 84, vertical 95. This card is extremely athletic, can shoot, and is one of the best offensive wings in the game. He's better than most emeralds offensively, and he's not great defensively, but he's not that much of a liability there. At the 4, we have got Marvin Williams, one of the best, if not the best shooters I've used in the game. And you might be saying, oh, his stats aren't the best. Like, he's only got open shot 3 of 85, open shot mid of 75. But everyone who's used Marvin Williams says the same thing, and it was the exact same last year. And I assume if you've played against Marvin Williams, you know this. He doesn't miss. Marvin Williams does not miss from anywhere. Terrible defensively. Unbelievable offensively. He just doesn't miss. His 3 ball feels like it's a 99. Rebounding, not great. Defense rebound, not terrible though. He is 6'9", so he's not too big or too small to power forward position. Not good defensively at all. 62 low post defensive IQ. 80 driving dunk with an 80 driving dunk tendency is good. I didn't dunk with him much, so I don't really have much experience with his driving. Speed is quite good, 84. Speed is great with 84. I didn't realize that. 75 speed with ball. So he really is a small forward. He can push the floor, but as a stretch 4 and shooter, he's unbelievable. And considering you can pick him up for 600 MT, is a bargain. At the 5, we have got Pau Gasol. Where is he? Pau Gasol, I used to use him as a stretch 5. Good enough post hook and post fadeaway. He's got an open shot mid of 87, open shot 3 of 82. He's also got good defensive rebound, a decent block with 71, even though I think it should be higher because it's Pau Gasol. He's got not great on ball defense, okay low post defense. Speed, not terrible at 51, but it could be better. But this guy is a stretch 5. Great mid-range and 3-point shooter. Decent in the post and alright on defense. Off the bench at the 1, we have got probably one of, if not the best gold point guard in the game, and it's George Hill. I think everyone has used this card when they're on a budget. So George Hill actually is another gold card. It's 800 coins. I'm going to pick one of them up now. It's more expensive than the other George Hill. The other one's 500. And they're so similar. Like, stats-wise, this George Hill has more total stats. The Kings one, even though it's rating lower. But it is way better offensively. This one's a better shooter from 3. But overall, it's not as good a shooter. Ball control is a little bit worse, but he is way quicker. His on-ball defense is nowhere near as good, but the speed of +4, +4, and +6 was acceleration. Maybe you might be saying, okay, I'll pick this one up because he's better offensively, but because he's cheaper and better defensively, when we already have an offensive point guard in our last 3 spots, I did go for George Hill just because he's more well-rounded. But if you need someone at a low salary, the other George Hill is probably better to pick up. At the 2, we've got Sasha Vujacic. Again, another card that I always talk about when I'm talking about the best value players. He's 200 in salary now. He's actually been creeping up. He was only like 110 after the first, at the end of the first round. He's got an open shot made of 82, open shot 3 of 86 with Ray Allen's release, which I really like. Some people hate it, some people love it. He's got okay on-ball defensive IQ of 70, but feels way better. 42 driving dunk with 50 tendency. He's not going to dunk much. He'll dunk when he's wide open, that's it. 78 speed, 82 speed of ball, 80 acceleration with his 82 ball control, meaning he's good as a secondary ball handler. And if George Hill's struggling taking up the ball, or you've got someone with a high steal rating, you do have Vujacic to use as another ball handler who's quite good. At the 3, we've got the best gold current card in the game, and it's Carmelo Anthony. Melo is really good, straight up, like 82 post fadeaway, 87 shot mid, 75 shot 3. Not good on defense, on-ball defensive IQ of 67. Surprisingly, his dunk is very low, 65, but is just a beast of a card. Like, everyone who's used Melo knows how good this card is. At the 4, we have got, of course, I have to put him in the squad, it's Serge Iba. 87 open shot, or 89 open shot mid, 80 open shot 3. Good block of 78. Good low post defense and okay speed and good dunking with good dunk tendencies. This card is a beast. At the 5, another player, like, I know I use him in every squad, but there's a reason, Raef LaFrentz. This card, as I always say, is literally a Sapphire card. They took the stats from the Sapphire 85 overall in 2K17, gave him the exact same stats and lowered intangibles. So this is literally a Sapphire card you can pick up for like 1200 MT, which is really, really good. Last 3 spots off the bench, I actually kind of made a little bit of a mistake with this lineup. So I had Jeff Teague in there. Toni Kukoc is who I should have put in instead of Jeff Teague, because we've got another point guard here. I actually prefer this guy to Teague. I prefer Marvin Williams. But Kukoc is a beast. Like, I know he's only averaging 5.3 points per game for me, but look at his percentage. 2.3 of 3.8 and just under 50% from 3. He's got an open shot mid of 84, open shot 3 of 80. He's 6'10 at the small forward position. And I don't know why. Kukoc is one of those players that, for me, last year, plays way better in his stats. And this card plays way better in his stats. So Kukoc is really, really good in this game. Marvin Williams, again, is one of those underrated players because everyone uses their George Hills. A lot of people do like to use Jeff Teague. A couple like to use Rubio. But this is really frustrating. All this move player stuff, changing the buttons. Why did they do this? But anyway, this guy plays over his stats. Good mid-range shot, good three-point shot. Good ball control of 84. His defense is quite poor. His speed is good, 86 speed, 85 speed of ball, 84 acceleration. He's got a driving of 56 with a tendency of 60, meaning he will dunk when he's wide open, but will very rarely dunk. And even though I prefer Alonzo Ball in games, Marvin Williams is still a really good card and really cheap, like 600 MT. Kukoc is like less than 1000 MT as well. Last guy off the bench, we've got another center. Like, there's so many good current centers just because of the whole thing. There's so many stretch bigs in the NBA. Obviously, there's Pau Gasol. There's Miles Turner, who's a beast. There's all the Emeralds, like Embiid, Horford are good. Gasol's good. Cat's good. But Brook Lopez is a beast for a gold as well. I probably prefer slightly Miles Turner. Brook Lopez is still good. 64 defensive overall. Again, I don't know where these stats come from. He's got a good enough post fadeaway, a great post hook. Decent open shot made of 74, decent open shot 3 of 75. He's got a block of 76, which is good. On-ball defensive IQ of 60, low post defensive IQ of 74. Not a great driving dunk, good standing dunk. Terrible speed of 31 though, that's kind of where he struggles a little bit. I don't know where the defensive overalls come from. He's got 64 and he's got low post defensive IQ of like 74 and a block of 76. But yeah, he's got a defensive IQ of, or defensive overall of 80 and he has no defensive stats over 70. I just don't get it. But anyway, that's the team. In my opinion, it's the best team you can get for 15k. So anyway, now let's get on to the highlights. So that is the team. This team is only 15k MT, and it literally can compete right now in Supermax. Because, like, I genuinely think that there's not that much of a difference between golds and sapphires. The jump between gold and sapphire this year is less than the jump between amethyst and diamond last year. And no one ever thought, oh, I can't use an amethyst last year. I genuinely do think you should not waste your money on sapphires. And golds, cheap emeralds are the way to go right now. Especially if you're looking to save your MT. And there's going to be a time in the market crashes when your 30k, 40k sapphires go from 30k to 5k in a day. And to stop that, just stay with the cheap players because I think they are almost as good. So anyway, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.